Miss it left. In. Miss it right. In. I think we got the yips. No consistency to my putting. Said, I think, every golfer that I know.
That's good.
Okay, so I'm happy to admit that we all have days where we just can't putt very well. Can't seem to hold many putts. We start saying to ourselves that we're maybe getting a bit yippy with our stroke, not committing to it. But realistically, yippy is the wrong word. Because if you've ever seen anyone with the yips before, it's not pretty. Okay, so just a quick definition for you here. The yips is the loss of fine motor skills in athletes. It is poorly understood and has no known treatment or therapy. Athletes affected by the yips sometimes recover their ability, which may require a change in technique. Many are forced to abandon their sport at the highest level. Okay, so some people will argue that that definition is a little bit extreme. I can tell you now that anyone with the yips will totally agree with me on this. It really isn't. It's just a complete block of your neural pathways, which causes a complete lack in physical control of your putting stroke. So you could have a 2-foot putt, you could bang it 6 feet by, 10 feet by. Absolutely no control whatsoever. There needs to be a physical cue that changes this. It's not just mind over matter. It needs to be maybe a change in grip. Something like this. There needs to be something physically that unblocks the neural pathway. It's a tricky one. How to find a cure, you say? That's what I'm trying to find out. Now we're just going to have a little look at a gentleman who has agreed to do the research. He has the yips. He has pretty much had the yips for a very long time now. He said he's always had struggles with putting woes. So we're going to dive in. We're going to have a little look at what his problems are and how we might be able to fix them. Okay, so here's a few different strokes from the gentleman. What you'll notice is the path is different on each one, and the rhythm and the tempo, the speed is different on each one, and the face to path. So it's constantly varying. His mind is kind of blocking the actual physical putting stroke. But what you will notice is his putting stroke when he does a practice swing is absolutely fine. So the practice stroke itself is fine. It's actually when he goes to physically hit the ball that his brain tells him that he's got a bit of a blockage there. So as you can see from this stroke here, he pretty much lost all feel for strike. You see on this stroke here, he lost all feel for pace, so sort of way too much acceleration on the way through, almost feeling like he's decelling as he was striking it. Here you can see there's a big closure rate, so almost trying to save it. So every stroke's different, it's got its own little unique different problem, and we've got a few things in line that we looked at to try and sort it out. A great cue to see if someone's got the yips is to get them to hum whilst they're actually going to hit the putt. You notice when they do the practice strokes, if you get them to hum, they can hum at a consistent tone all the way through. When they go to actually hit the ball, at the point of impact, they'll have a little bit of a blip. They won't be able to continue the hum at the same tone. So that's when you know that the brain's having a bit of trouble as they are striking the golf ball. So here's a video of him humming whilst he's taking some practice swings. Perfect, and again one more time. And just delay the humming as you go through for a little bit longer. So just keep it going as you... Perfect. Now a couple of strokes when he's actually hitting the ball whilst he's humming. Yeah, try and keep the same tone all the way through. So it's really interesting looking at the difference between his practice stroke and his real stroke. There's definitely something there at the point of impact, which we obviously need to try and find a way for him to change and for him to feel more comfortable as he's striking through the ball. Okay, so here's an interesting one for you. The left side of the brain is responsible for controlling the right side of the body. It also performs tasks that have to do with logic, such as science and mathematics. On the other hand, the right hemisphere coordinates the left side of the body and performs tasks that have to do with creativity and arts. So as you can see from this, left brain, right brain dominant can often mean which hand you use, can also kind of pinpoint on which side the blockage might be coming from. Here's a putt with him using his right hand, and then next we're going to do a putt with him using his left hand. You'll see the difference in results. It's quite amazing.
That wasn't there, was it? Feel right.
And now with the left. So that's left hand.
Just is it?
Yep. And then again after a few subtle adjustments. For me here, the difference was absolutely mind-blowing between the right hand and the left hand. Literally like a new player, and all because we've almost rerouted the brain to use the putter in another way. So using the left hand rather than the right hand, we've completely changed the structure of how he thinks when he putts. So here's just a final look at what we decided he could go away with and try and manage on the golf course as a grip.
The left does definitely feel.
And I think because of that, I think a cure for that feeling of, like, you know, the lack of control would be to predominantly use your left hand. So if you grip the club for me, put your left hand on the club first, then just lightly, you can use the claw grip, okay?
Something like that. Or...
So just put your thumb on that side, like this. So I'll show you. So you just want to put your right hand on like that. So thumb behind and fingers in front.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
You can just literally use your index finger if you want. You can literally like that. Just lightly on there and then stroke through. There you go. Lovely and smooth. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so the most important thing, if you just grip the club for me with a claw grip, so the most important thing for me is the pressure of the left hand.
Yeah.
So feeling like you're holding the grip almost quite tightly with the left hand in order to control the weight of that putter there, right? And that right hand is not even in use. So that right hand is what I would call completely passive.
Yeah.
And with it being passive, you're then not using that side of the brain to control the putter face. So you're going to get a lot more control with the putter face.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really enjoyed doing this one, guys. It's really nice to see the improvement that the gentleman's made on his putting, and he hasn't got that feeling that he kind of wants to quit golf, basically, just because of essentially such a small thing. But unblocking that problem up there is often, you know, very difficult unless you make a physical change or there's a bit of research that's put into it. So don't just think it's always mind over matter. It's often a physical change that needs to be made in order to change the mental. Even if this video has just helped, you know, one person, however many people it helps, I really thought it was worth sharing. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the video. And if you've got any arguments against it as well, I'd like to know, because I'm learning too. I'm just trying to pass on the knowledge that I'm learning on a daily basis through my training. And I will see you guys soon. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Cheers.